So I have not yet talked about Donald Trump's weird, wacky, insane little press conference that he held on Thursday. I've kind of been trying to take a more analytical approach to it, right? Because obviously we could sit here all day long and debunk the countless lies that he told, the fake stories that he literally created out of thin air about being in a helicopter crash with Kamala Harris's ex-boyfriend, allegedly, which didn't happen at all. I mean, there's a lot we can say about that, and I will, but Trump's speech actually made a lot of sense. And I'm not talking about the things he said make sense, okay? Don't get me wrong. But if you were looking at it, let's say, for example, you're sitting in an advanced psychology course in college, and your professor wanted to show you what symptoms of certain mental illnesses look like, and then she played you a clip of Donald Trump's press conference on Thursday, then it makes a lot of sense. When you look at the things he says as symptoms instead of just claims made by a politician, suddenly, okay, I get it now. Now let me read you some of these things that he did say. He said that a majority of the country supports him. Man's never won the popular vote and he's never had approval rating over 50. That's a blatant lie. Okay, so you can debunk that, but most of the country supports me. That's a symptom. That's a symptom of his detachment from reality. He said the Democrats are allowed to do abortion on the 8th and 9th month and even after birth. Like, literally nobody supports that. That's never been a thing. That's infanticide. That is murder. Again, if you look at it as a symptom of somebody with a mental illness, you're like, yes, that's something somebody with a mental illness would probably say. It gets worse. He said nobody was killed on January 6th. I guess he forgot about his true supporter, Ashley Babbitt. I'm sure that went over well with her family. He said there was a peaceful transfer of power after the last election. January 6th proves otherwise. He said that Harris is going to destroy Social Security, even though it's his party that wants to destroy Social Security. He said that his Manhattan criminal trial was run by the Justice Department. Obviously, it was not. He said that he disapproved of the lock her up chants about Hillary Clinton, which he did not. He encouraged them. He clapped along with them. He said that Harris couldn't pass the bar exam, which she did. He said that everybody's going to be forced to buy an electric car if Democrats win in 2024, which obviously, no, they're not. So, yeah, it's a bunch of lies. It's a bunch of fabrications. But I think we don't need to look at them just as lies. We need to look at these as symptoms of somebody who has something wrong with them, and it desperately needs to be checked out by mental health professionals. I mean, I'm not just talking about sit down with a therapist. I am talking about actual psychiatrists, but more importantly, neuroscientists, okay? We need to go full-blown CAT scans, MRIs, CTs, whatever it is. Let's take a look at his actual brain structure to see if there is damage there. Let's see if a disease has eaten parts of it away. That's where we're at. This goes beyond just the psychological portion, and I do think there could be a biological component at this point. And I think that's what his speech was telling us. Funnier part, though, is, of course, immediately after this little speech and Q&A, where he didn't actually answer any questions. He was asked some questions. He didn't answer any of them, though. His spokesperson, Caroline Leavitt, went on Fox News and said, "This is a disciplined campaign, and we're disciplined because we are led by President Trump, who wakes up every day and focuses on the issues that matter to the American people." No, you're not disciplined, first and foremost. He doesn't wake up every day giving a damn about anybody other than himself, and your campaign is being led by a man with mashed potatoes for a brain. Okay, you could open up his skull, throw some butter and sour cream in there, and you got a nice, delicious meal because there's no brain, it's just potatoes. And this speech, this Q&A, whatever the hell you want to call it, was not just a lie fest that turned off a bunch of voters. I think mental health professionals were watching it and going, that's what we're talking about. These are symptoms, Not just lies, not just fabrications, but they're signs that there is something dangerously wrong with that man's brain. Hi everyone, this here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet, so please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.